Hello everyone and welcome to the message. Take what resonates, leave the rest. As always, don't try to force a message. It might not be for you, but if it found you, it probably found you for a reason. So let's see what wants to come through. Okay, well, the thief, seizing the moment as selfishness. All right, well, what's down here? Oh, we've got the vengeance and we've got the archer. Okay, who am I talking to? They kind of came out cross here, but overcoming slights and a choice and biding your time, planning ahead. Okay, wow. What's on the bottom of the deck here? The botanist, parenthood, and legacy. Wow. Okay. Okay, this is some very, very intense energy for whoever I'm reading for. You are feeling like in your life something has been stolen from you, something really important. Whether that's something material or that could even be like your time. I'm getting that for some of you, this is even like has to do with like a custody situation. Just the very, very intense aspects of life. So, you know, again, if this is your message, you'll know. It seems like this has been a long process. Like, I'm not getting that this is new. I'm not getting that this is, it could be for some of you, but I'm getting that you've been in a, this is like a process that's been drawn out. This is a process that's been drawn out and you've gone through a lot of layers of it. Whatever this thing is that you feel that was stolen from you and that has not been returned to, because that's the sense I'm getting. Maybe parts of this have been returned to you. Maybe you fought for something for a long time. Maybe you feel like a period of your life, because of how long this has taken, was taken from you or stolen from you. But it feels like this has really taken a lot of your time and you've really had to be patient, bide your time, plan, adapt in different ways to move through this. This is just confirmation for a lot of you of what this is. And with the parenthood legacy here, the botanist, this could, that's why I was talking about the custody thing for some of you. But for some of you, it could also just be that you embody this kind of energy in this situation. Like you embody, well, look at this energy on the card. It's like hands holding this rose, nurturing, nourishing. You are the person in the situation who's been trying to kind of like hold the pieces together, heal the situation, not only for yourself, but also for everybody involved, right? You're trying to find that middle way, that balance, the harmony. But it has not been easy. It has not been easy because you've been involved with people who don't care about that at all, or people who are not evolved enough to understand that their actions have consequences for the greater network, right? It's not just themselves that their actions are having consequences on. It's everybody, and they kind of create a path of destruction in their wake, right? But you have been patient. You have been learning a huge life lesson through this as well, is what I'm getting. Yeah, and I'm also getting that with the vengeance and the archer here kind of crossed like sideways on top of each other. This is something that you kind of like go back and forth with. Like you kind of go back and forth within these energies within yourself. It's like one moment you're feeling really angry, you're feeling really slighted, you feel like you want to get back at somebody, you feel like you just want to like, you know, give someone a taste of their own medicine, or force the tables to turn, force someone else's hand, and then you kind of go back into this, well, you know what, I'll just wait it out, I'll just take my time, I'll just stay silent kind of thing, I'll just plan and I'll wait for the right opportunity. Like this is the energy you're in. So I want to get into the tarot to find out a little more about this, because this is really interesting. What do we need to know about this, Spirit? Where are we moving, and what's the advice here? More context, whatever wants to come through. Oh, I see a card already here. Oh, we have the King of Swords reverse. I feel like this situation has really forced you to become a character that you honestly like. Okay, yeah, the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. Okay, yeah. This situation has forced you to use a part of yourself that definitely was in need of development, but it's a part of yourself you don't like to use in like your daily life. Like the King of Swords reverse talks to somebody who is very harsh, very critical, very almost logical to a fault, detached to a fault, where he has to completely, he's completely detached from emotion, but it can become almost like cruel and vindictive, for the sake of like power, or for the sake of yeah. And with the Emperor here, that also speaks to this energy of wanting to kind of like have authority and power and be the dominating force here, which is natural. And these are sides of yourself that I think you were meant to develop through this. I feel like you weren't as good at these sides of yourself before as you are now. However, it's like, yeah, there's something about this that has put you into like the reversed energy of the King of Swords. Even if it's not externally, it's like within, you feel this sort of bitterness, I guess. Yeah, that's the better word to put. Like, it's like a bitterness and like a criticality and like a thinking about, it just consumes you a lot. And it's like, I feel like you've learned the lesson you're supposed to learn in terms of like the mastery of yourself, even if the situation is still going. So I want to find out more about that, because, yeah, the Knight of Swords reverse and the Star reverse and the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay, yeah. Basically what this is saying to me is, this is not your fight. Like, this is not your fight to fight. It's not in your highest alignment. It's not in your greatest best interest at this point now in the process to continue fighting, or to continue charging forward with something, or to continue attacking something, is what I'm getting. And it's in your best interest to now like walk away with your emotions intact, to walk away from this emotionally, to that's not the same as detaching from it, like the King of Swords emotionally, or that Swords energy detaching emotionally. It's like, it's more just like removing yourself from the situation as much as possible so that you can heal yourself. It's like walking away from confusion, walking away from something that just is like an emotional loop that just keeps getting you in this charge and this triggering and this just like hellish, miserable loop, is what I'm getting. Because it's almost like I'm getting here that whatever was stolen from you, whatever has been stolen from you, you're seeking to put it back the way that it was before, when in reality, I feel like in the greater intelligence of things, yeah, your human mind wants to put things right a certain way, but there's a greater plan to this, and you were meant to learn a very specific lesson through this in some way. And it's not that you're not supposed to continue fighting for something if it really means a lot to you, right? Like, if it's something that you really feel is worth fighting for, it's not that you're meant to continue to stop fighting for it, but it's like more of a quiet, peaceful warrior confidence at this point. I'm getting like trying to attack, confirmation verb, trying to attack something, or trying to be so on it, or just always thinking about it and being riddled with this anxiety and this like adrenaline about it is just not worth it anymore. And it's almost like, if it's something that's not worth fighting for, and you kind of know this now, it's about cutting your losses and moving forward, to me, and rebuilding whatever it is that you like learned in this time, whatever you learned about yourself, using those skills to rebuild something. Or it's about finding a different perspective in the situation. It's about finding a way to surrender to what is and move with that, rather than trying to like make this a certain way, if you know what I mean. There's something here about you've been trying to like make things a certain way, or you've been really holding on to like an outcome, a certain kind of outcome, and maybe that outcome is, I'm getting like the Five of Swords in my mind's eye. Like, that outcome, to win at all costs for the outcome you're wanting, might not be worth the amount of pain and the process, you know what I mean? Like, the end might not actually justify the means. And you know, it's about keeping your dignity intact as well here in some way, and knowing that in the greater surrendered truth of it all and divine timing, like, things will come together for you when you allow. Page of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, so for a lot of you, it's time to tend to your own inner emotional healing, to tend to your own inner world, because you've been really caught up in an external battle. It's time for you to tend to those wounds and to take care of yourself. And I think like a version of taking care of yourself might be like allowing yourself to get out of the seriousness and the intensity of this drama or this fight, and to allow yourself to get into a more just a more like childlike pizzazz is what I'm getting. Like, allow, as hard as that might be, just allowing yourself to do activities that make you feel a little more I don't know, just like excited about life, even in just small ways. Like Page of Wands here is all about like bold new ideas and inspirations, and is just very excitable. Like, I'm getting that kind of energy is so for a lot of you here, yeah, this is a situation, for a lot of you, this is a situation about walking away and just kind of like leaving this behind as a whole. And yeah, this botanist, right? This is who you are. You're trying to be the healer, the mediator. And it's almost like you've had to become a character that you're not and that you don't want to be. Spirit's asking you to take that energy and turn it back in towards yourself to heal yourself. And maybe this is what's needed. Maybe there's a period that's needed where you remove yourself from the situation so that you can get clarity and so that you can get energy, like rebuild your energy, rebuild your reserves is what I'm hearing too, so that you can come back at it from a different angle or just in a different time period. Maybe it's like a month from now, maybe it's a couple months from now. Maybe it's we have Scorpio, Mercury retrograde coming up, so I'm sure that's going to be a very big time of communication and reflecting on certain things. Could be, yeah, a couple weeks from now, but just taking the time now while you have it to be with yourself and to really reflect on what's important to you and what you value and where you're going. And also the importance of this situation. Like, what does this situation mean in your life? What does it mean to you? What's it mean for you? What does it mean for your soul's path? Like, journaling on it could be important. Just getting everything out, getting all of this. Page of Wands too, actually. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that, is getting all of this heat, all this fire that's probably built up, maybe even anger and resentment, like getting it out into creations or into just like forms that are more innocent and childlike, like yeah, journaling or writing or I don't know, some kind of sport, something, to understand it better. But yeah, anything else here? This reading is getting a little bit long, but for this type of reading, but we're gonna go into it because the Chariot reverse, okay, and the Page of Wands again. Okay, so the Chariot reverse, this is just confirmation to me that it's not about, it's about like not fighting anymore, not trying to push so hard for something, because I think you've been doing that for a long time, and I think you did reach the threshold where that was like the lesson. But it's almost like the lesson now is knowing when to stop, like knowing when enough is enough, knowing when to let go of something, knowing when you're just kind of almost wasting energy on something that's not going anywhere, or that's not actually getting you the results that you're looking for, versus removing yourself and focusing on the things that you can control and the things that do matter and the things that you can move forward with. This is a really big personal empowerment moment, because personal power is not always about getting our way. It's not always about getting control. It's not always about having power over something or having everything we think we want returned to us, etc. Personal power is about knowing how to make decisions in the moment, and part of making a decision in the moment can actually be making the decision to walk away, and knowing when we have enough power to rebuild something, and when we recognize like nothing can truly be taken from us. We always have the ability to move forward no matter what. So yeah, that's your message. I hope this helps. I understand you fully. I have the biggest compassion for this, and you're doing great in the situation. I'm getting to that you've done nothing wrong. You're not at fault here. You have done very well to hold this together and to move forward. But yes, this is the time where I think there's a little bit of relief for you in maybe letting go and or loosening your grip a little bit. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next message. All right, take care. Bye-bye.